My name is Ray Zaparoni, and I am professional staff videographer at Robert Morris University. How I got into the business is kind of a longer road. I never took a video class in my life. When I went to college, I was actually a religious studies and a philosophy major. And during college, I ended up working. I ended up getting a job as a Teamster in 1984, and I was working at a warehouse, and I hit my head so hard that I knew I had to change. I knew that this work wasn't for me. So I was reading Rolling Stone magazine in 1985, and I saw an ad that said, come to Atlanta, learn audio production. So I ended up getting on Greyhound, going to Atlanta, learning studio recording, came back to Pittsburgh. The one thing beautiful about Pittsburgh was at the time is we had a film lab called WRS Motion Picture. And I ended up getting a job doing sound at WRS. Well, doing sound, I ended up moving over to video. I started doing integrating for broadcast TV. I was doing satellite, and I just learned the business through there. At the end of it, I worked there for 18 years, probably about year 15, I started getting more into the production side of things. I started shooting, started editing, started going on locations, and that really was the middle start of me getting into the business. How I got at Robert Morris is I basically needed a job because the job at WRS, they folded, they went out of business. So I needed to work. I was doing freelance, and Joe Hale actually was working at Robert Morris University, and he got me an interview, and I got hired 14 years ago. It's been a lot of fun. I've been working with them since 2000 now. I just have a blaster. I'm just an AV person. I started out with the Pittsburgh Penguins doing game day DJing. So I was the guy who played all the music in the bowl. And from there, I just end up moving. I do cameras for them. I do audio for them. I do engineering for them. I do whatever they need. I'm just an all-round person down there. I mean, for Robert Morris, I think for me, we used to have a boss, Michael DeLauro, and he was a documentarian, and he made films. And I ended up working with him on 2 of his Italian films. We did La Mia Strada, and I helped him with Prisoners Among Us toward the end of that production. And what our big one was here for the university was we did something on the Allegheny Conference, and it was a big shoot. We got to go in time. We met all the CEOs. We met the movers and shakers of back what formed Pittsburgh during like the 50s and 60s. So for me, I love history. I love meeting people. So that was just a beautiful project to work on. I think my interest in horror started when I was a kid. As funny as this is, I've worked in film labs. I've been in the business for over 30 years now. I am the least movie watching person that you know. I don't see the classics. I don't see Star Wars, E.T. stuff. I've always just liked the fantasy stuff, and horror kind of was like that stepping out of reality type thing. I know it's not real, and I'm not some creepy dude that gets into that, but it's just kind of a fun way to enjoy movies. So I like everything that goes with horror. I mean, I go to conventions, I collect horror memorabilia, I have all kind of stuff. I just like it. I like being scared. I like the campiness that comes with some horror. The stuff, I don't like the real realistic horror, but I like zombies. I like, Exorcist, stuff like that. So that's it. I think for me to work on a horror production is I would want to do something myself. I think I'm getting past the whole filmmaking, being part of a giant motion picture type crew thing. I would rather work with some local independent filmmakers and do something that is our own idea. To answer your question is yes, I would love to do a horror movie. It just, I know it takes a lot of work, and it's, I just don't have the time right now. But I would love, love, love to work on something bloody and horror and all that.
Well, that's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank you for interviewing me, and thank you for taking the time to get to know me. Maybe someday I'll interview you. Thank you.